Hey guys, so Bryce here using my hands-free device. So, interesting thing I've been kind of thinking about. This is what I've been thinking about for like the last 2 years. Because like for me, whenever I think about investing, I used to always think about like real estate was like the only investment class, right? So I'd invest like in different like REITs or I'd be able to like buy equity from like different local investors where they basically would have like, house or real estate, and I would just like put a little bit of my money inside of it, and then they'd give me like a solid return. Now, when I started getting into the last probably 2-3 years was more of like paper investing. Now I'm not a person where it's like I'm gonna be like like a day trader or anything like that, but it's very interesting to kind of like get an understanding of like stocks, bonds, ETFs, options, etc. And one thing that I just really started understanding over like probably the last like 4 or 5 years is the power of compound interest, as well as just the market's potential to be very consistent if you know what you're doing and if you understand how to really protect your downside using things like stop losses, doing things like risk management, etc. So my new goal is to be able to really get about 150 to 200K a year off of just passive income from just my investments. Now, I'm probably about 1 to 2 years away from being able to do that. So I think it's very, very interesting because like I always wanted to be able to kind of have a certain point to where I could live basically for free. But then I started thinking, I was like, well, okay, so living for free is cool, but what if every single year, the money that I already have made in the past produces 2 years worth of income for me? So that's kind of why my goal is like between like 150 to like 200K a year off of just like passive income. And I think it's very, very interesting because, and I don't really have a real like a place where I'm kind of like going with this video necessarily. It's just more kind of like talking about like what's on my mind, where am I kind of thinking about, and how am I kind of building my business and my lifestyle in order to be able to reach that goal, because it actually moves downstream, right? So it actually starts moving towards our students. So if you know some of our students, like in our more recent testimonials, where we're having them get to like 150 grand per year, but we're also talking about like really getting a passive income return, so that therefore it's like if your bills are, we'll say your bills are like 60 grand a year, right? Then really the number that you need to do in order to like start making anywhere between like 50 to 60 grand a year is really, you need to have about 500K inside the bank to have a 10% return of $50,000 per year from like investments and like just different like paper investments and stuff. And this is not investment advice. This is, I'm not like what is that called, a financial advisor or anything like that. So it's just more of like the ideas that we're sharing, kind of like the thought process we have, because on top of running a very stable business with a lot of recurring revenue is being able to have that passive income so that you can really start just doing your business for fun and not really having to do business or money decisions based on just money, if that makes sense. That's the message that I'm trying to preach. And like some people might say like, oh well, I'm never going to be like making it to a certain spot where I'm not making monetary decisions. Okay, but what I'm more saying is that money is not the driving factor in your decisions. I want your decisions to be more based on like time. I want your decision to be like, can you spend time with family? If your family needs you to pick up like a $5,000 bill because maybe they had like an unforeseen medical bill, can you do that? Because your business is producing so much free cash flow and your investments are paying for your life that doesn't matter. That's kind of the spot that I'm looking for, right? Because everyone's kind of thinking about, oh, I want to get to like 10 grand a month in my business. Like, okay, well, what happens after 10 grand a month? Okay, getting to 10 grand a month is not challenging in your business. Okay, let me just say that like that specifically, and that goal for 10K per month becomes a very, very irritating goal once you get there, because then it's like, oh well, at 10,000 a month, I can put away like maybe 50 grand a year in savings, right? Well, let's say it's about 120 a year. You're probably going to pay anywhere between like, I don't know, 15 to 20% taxes, depending on, and that's like federal and state, depending on which state that you're going to be living in, right? So right there, I mean, you're at 90,000 a year. Let's say that your living expenses are about 70. So most people off of 10K per month are probably going to put away like 20 to 30K a year, which is not bad, especially if you start getting some cleanups, right? Your cleanups are going straight to your savings. But you're going to be working your business and just kind of like living your life, right? So there has to be a point to where you can kind of create that separation from your goals and your bills. Really, the number I've kind of discovered for most people, that's at about $150,000 per year of EBITDA, right? So, or EBITDA, however you want to say it, right? Depends on how you want to say it. My business partner always corrects me, it's EBITDA. And I'm like, ugh. The reason why I say EBITDA wrong is because there was a couple of guys on YouTube probably like 5 or 6 years ago who made so much money, and they said it like a meme. Like he said, like, what are you talking about? EBIT. I can't remember how he said it, but it really messed up the way that I said it EBITDA for forever. It's very interesting, and I can't go back to saying it correctly for some reason. I don't know exactly why, but it's imprinted in my mind so heavily that I can't say it properly. Sometimes it just things in life, right? But that's my hope for you. That's my vision for you, is like to be able to get to that zone to where you can like really buy your life back, right? That's what I want, just to buy your life back. I think that so many of us have like lost so many years just like working for other people, and kind of like as you get older, like time moves so much faster. So it's like, I don't know, I just kind of, I really wanted to start this movement so we can like liberate people from like their job, and then be able to kind of like live life on their own terms, right? Like I remember when I was growing up, I hated seeing my mom or my dad be like, oh, I can't afford this, or I can't do this, or I have to go work extra, or I don't want to work because I'm really tired, but I have to go, it's month end, you know what I mean? Like I never liked seeing that. And when I was younger, I didn't really understand what was kind of going on, right? Because it's just like that. And then I'd have like my younger brother, every single time when he was like, I think right before the age of 3, every single time that my mom would leave for work, my brother would just scream and just start crying for at least 30 minutes after she left every single morning, right? And it's just like, imagine what that kind of does for your child, right? And it's like, some people are like, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, that's true. But if you're in a position at all where you have some savings, or you have some like just kind of like monetary things to make, invest that to get your business going and off the ground, so you can start living in that zone where it's just like you can do what you want to do. Like, for example, right now I'm getting ready to go to this trip in Miami, and I'm gonna actually take about 5 days off of the vacation, and my business is not gonna miss a beat. You know what I mean? Because I have a team. I have of course, switch angles mid-video. I have a team, I have a plan, I have a marketing strategy, I have people that book calls, I have people that close calls, I have people that do the accounting work for me. I even have people that like post my YouTube videos, right? We have another YouTube channel that's kind of in the making. I'm not really going to talk a lot about it, but it's basically like just taking all the clips of this channel and making it into like short form video clips. So I want to kind of see how that performs, see if I can like double my YouTube subscribership with like the same amount of effort as I'm putting in now. And like, not to say I'm not putting a lot of effort. I mean, I'm putting up like 4 or 5 videos a week right now. So I used to put out like 2 or 3. Now I'm putting out like 5. I just want to like impart as much knowledge on you as possible, so that you can like move fast and like grow your business. You know what I mean? Right? Because it's no fun. That was one thing. It's no fun being the only one of your friends that is financially free. Because it's like, hey, do you want to go here? Hey, can you take the kids? We can go out to this place. Hey, do you have some time off work? Hey, can you go like do this weekend trip? And like, now they don't have the money, they don't have the time, they don't have the energy, or maybe their kids have school and they can't take off. Like, there's always some just thing that stops people to do it. So I created my mentorship program so I can actually help people go and like basically I created my own friend group essentially. Right, so whenever I go to like different like places like Chicago, Florida, Miami, etc., I meet up with some of the students, and we're able to kind of talk and like just talk about life outside of business. It's not always about business. So, hopefully, if you want some help growing like your business, like maybe you've been trying, but just maybe it's just not doing what you wanted to do. Maybe it's just not quite growing the skill. Like, you see my other students like hitting success, you see other people finding success, but it's just not happening to you. If you're tired of that happening, and you're tired of being the only person that you know that isn't making your accounting business work, go ahead and click the link inside the description, either above, below the video. Book a call to see if I can help you, okay? I'm here to help. I'm not going to be here forever. Let me just tell you this. The moment that that I get about 150 to 200 grand a year from passive income without doing anything, I'm probably going to shut down my mentorship program. I'm probably going to sell my accounting firm, and I'm only going to be talking to people who previously were in my mentorship program. That's the only people I'm going to talk to, and then I'm just going to like just do whatever I want forever. And like I can promise you that. So I don't know if that's going to be 2 years from now. I don't know if that's going to be 3 years, 5 years. I don't know exactly, but I'm not going to be here forever. So while I'm still here doing this service, and while you're really trying to make this thing work, go ahead and click the link inside the description. Book the call. Let's see if I can help you out, okay? I'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day.